Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena first matchup, second week, season 19. Here's a quick recap of that last round. So we won it, but we missed out on the full clear, and that matters because we came up just short of hitting Chromium, and that means we're going to have weaker opponents this week, which is what I was hoping to avoid. So here is how Dr. Bombassa's attacks went. He did a Darth Revan mirror, and this is why I like to have Darth Revan on defense. You see his relics are far better than mine. He's going Relic 7 Revan, Relic 7 Malak. I only had Relic 2, Relic 3, Relic 4, and I came out with a win. Yeah, he didn't have Bast Fallen in his version, but even at lower relics, Darth Revan is such a pain in 3v3. So we got JKR against Grievous, we got Palp against Padme, and then we have this weird one here where he lost, his Jango Boba Fett Greedo lost against this Lando L3 Vandor team. I really want to see how he played this. Maybe he didn't understand how the Zeta worked on Vandor Chewbacca with the constant revives. Maybe L3 kept cleansing all the debuffs, so he wasn't able to get the contract going. Something happening where he wasn't understanding the mechanics. I kind of really surprised that this team lost. Maybe he didn't have the Zeta on Jango, so Lando kept coming back. I don't know. But that was a team I put on because I knew he wasn't going to get through my defense. So JTR came in, cleaned that up, and then he took Phasma against Mon Mothma and lost, and I came through with the win ultimately. Now we take a look here at this week's opponent here. Actually, we're here. Well, let's just do it. So we're going up against Mando Bill. He has a low lifetime score, bad sign. You look at his season stats, only 9 clears, another bad sign. That means he doesn't really participate. Looking at his Grand Arena history, though, he does set his defenses lower in Zetas. His top 80 GP is close to mine, but lower. Overall GP is only 400k less than mine. Lower on the Gear 13 and Gear 12. His mods are very weak. A lot of tier 7, but not significantly more than what I have. I've got 6, he's got 7. And then here's where things get really weak. No gas, no JKL, no Malak. That is not a roster that is going to be competitive. Here's the rest of it. He's got both ships at least. But what that ultimately means is this is not going to be a challenge for me. So what we ended up happening here with Mando Bill is what might actually be the best case scenario in this particular matchup. We got Jar Jarred. We have to deal with an auto-deploy. So let me show you what's here. So this is actually going to be a much tougher matchup than what it otherwise could have been. He does have SLKR, which I didn't mention a moment ago. That's part of the reason why we're getting matched up, but it's the specific gearing strategy is causing some of the problems. But this is weird. I spent some time earlier today thinking through how I was going to approach it, but let me show you my defense so you know what I don't have available to me. I set a very weak defense knowing that his offense wasn't going to be able to match up. So we set down this team. We got Night Sisters, Darth Revan, and this new team. That's solid. A lot of teams that we typically see that I set down. Then up front here, this old Ben team I use in 3v3 a lot. This Finn team, Mon Mothma, Telzine, and then the back wall here is what's really weak. I probably should have made it my front wall, really. Not that it matters. Ewoks, Grievous, just in case he participated, because if he did participate, he was going to use everything on offense. And we got Phoenix, we have the Savage thing, and then we have Padme. So I definitely put way more on defense than was warranted, and that is going to affect this matchup. We're going to start down here. So I sketched out my plan. We'll see how much I stick with it. Really. So what I think I'm going to do here is we're going to do Dooku. This is where we're going to go for the feat, which is using Princess Leia. I think it's just Princess Leia or Mon Mothma. I don't think it was and. But if it's and, then we're not getting the feat. I'm not going to double check. So this is where I'm going to use my Han and Chewie. There's not really an attacker other than Dooku. Dooku's going to be under stealth, but we're going to be able to stun him and control him. And the rest of it's going to go pretty simply. Let's just take Dooku out here. This is one of the easier ones. What's nice about the auto deploys is you do know, I mean, you can anticipate that the teams are getting weaker because they're going in order of strength of characters, of the galactic power of the characters. So we're not in a situation where like the back wall is going to be stronger than what we have to deal with in the front wall. There might be some background noise. We're dealing with that road construction again. They're doing it all late night. They're replacing like a water pipe. I've got no water right now. They've been doing this stuff for years. Like incrementally changing things. It's like a ridiculous process that they're employing. Like what's my next plan? We're gonna do, I don't know. I wrote down a Nest solo here against Shaak Ti, and I think that's kind of crazy. But I kind of want to do it. I did relic my Nest during the off period, which I said I was going to do. I just clicked on Tarkin, right? My plan for Tarkin was I'm going to do CLS. That's what my plan is, but I feel like that's way more than I need. We're going to do the Nest solo. It's probably a mistake. Yeah, so they're doing the road construction. I don't know if you've ever seen this video. It's like a time-lapse video of a sinkhole street collapse in Japan. And over the course of like days or weeks, you can see how quickly they completely repair the road, infill it, and it looks as good as new within days. And when I see how this water pipe is being replaced, I just can't imagine how we do infrastructure projects. It's the dumbest way possible. Like there's a curb cut for a non-existent driveway in front of my apartment, and they were repairing that curb, but they couldn't just make a straight curb there. They had to maintain the curb cut because that's what was there before. So the bureaucracy of it preventing them from making improvements in a sensical way. And it doesn't have to be this way. Like it's not a bureaucracy thing per se, because there's plenty of bureaucracies that I'm so glad that crash happened while we were not in the middle of a battle. All right, I'm pausing. All right, we're back. I'm gonna claim this feat. That was the Princess Leia one. Okay, it was an or, not an and. I don't remember. What was I talking about? Sinkholes? Road construction? Okay, let's get back on track. It is late. I took a nap after work. And then I woke up. I was feeling weird, and I felt like, even though I was planning on doing this in the morning, I decided to go with it because I feel like weird is going to help this one. Not with my play, but with this being worth watching. All right, what was this? What I wrote down here is Traya on Kylo and a Nest solo on this Shaak Ti team. Which I'm not 100% on, but I kind of want to do it. It's just the higher relics concern me, but we'll start down here, and then I think we'll still do it. I kind of want to just try some things too. All right. So this Traya, I'm not feeling great about this one. That Kylo could do some things, but I want... This team is going to be more survivable than some of the other options I have for wanting to annihilate. Because I want to annihilate Kylo. So we're going to isolate Chewie so he's not assisting when Kylo does his turns. I think this is just going to go however until we get the annihilate. That's a little scary. I think I'm going to go for the protection recovery by hitting the pain. Okay, next turn we can annihilate. No! No! Well, that was worst case scenario. Yeah, we're retreating. That one I knew was risky. But I thought we'd survive it. When we had one Gear 12 two Gear 12 characters going up against some steep stuff, but without the synergy, I thought we'd have it. Let's do the next dumb thing. We still got plenty of depth. Things will get shallow. Some of these things I should probably save for the back wall. Because like Shaak Ti doesn't have much damage. We got a ton of tenacity right now. Hux doesn't have much damage without his lead. There's no first order characters. I feel like... Let's just hit the expose. I still feel like this is very risky. And I'm kind of surprised how many turns we're taking. Because I have no speed on my nest. I don't think the daze is doing anything. Oh. It's been 5 minutes? That was... Has it really been 5 minutes? Okay. Alright. We're going to stop goofing off. We need to clear this front territory. What do I not have a plan for? So the thing is, I'm saving my best teams for the top territories. So we got JML, JKL against SLKR. We got GAS against the Vader team. We got JKR already used. We've got Rex against that Bossk team. So what do I not... And we very quickly, after we eliminate those top-end teams, get a lot weaker. And Kylo here, his AoE is going to cause some problems. I feel like I blinked out or something in that last battle, and you guys were screaming at me while I stared at the screen. Is how I feel right now. Or are these battles shorter? These battles aren't shorter. Alright, I'm going to start using some of these other teams. We're going to do... Since I don't know what teams I want to use... I'm just going to start clearing these top teams where I do know what teams I want to use. Yeah, it's 5... Was it seriously 5 minutes? Okay, whatever. I feel like the weird deliriousness of my nap is fading. I should have did all that differently. I'm playing this in a dumb way. Yeah, come on. Okay. Alright, next plan, we were going to do... We were thinking gas here, but I'm not certain that's what I need. We're going to do JKR here. I'll just take you out. So we've had Jedi Master Kenobi news over the past several days. The requirements, I think, were mercifully nice. I'm pretty surprised by them. They're easy enough now and not as much of a distraction as I was expecting, that I'm flirting with the idea of even just working towards getting him. Because even if we take that Gear 11 staging ground that I do with most characters, I already have a lot of those requirements at Gear 11. So, and the characters I don't have at Gear 11, I have at Gear 12 or at Relics. It's not a huge diversion for me. Alright, the plan here was Rex. Do I want to use? Because I can use Shaak Ti. See, if I don't use a relic guy, we're going to lose him from Anakin. But I wanted to have a separate Shaak Ti team. Let's just do it. We'll see how this goes. Other than Anakin, there's not a lot of damage here. We're just going to be triggering that bonus attack from Anakin over and over again. Unless we get lucky with the Annihilate being timed without any stun here, or without any taunt. Which we don't. I say Kenobi. Are you kidding me? It's kind of the worst case scenario here. Alright, we got one more. Survive that. Come on, one more. Yes! All right. So the plan here was gas. And So the thing is, Vader can just do some damage. And I don't trust a lot of these other characters to handle this. And we start very quickly getting out of my relics. All right. I don't like this. There's one AoE from Kylo, and we could probably lose BB-8. Can we just take out Chewie? Probably should have went for the stun. Just keeping everyone under stealth. Let R2 take the hits. Alright, we're probably fine now. We've been able to lock Kylo down, which is why I decided to use JTR. Because the other two weren't really threats. I'm kind of glad I threw everyone on defense. This is more challenging with how quickly the depth is getting. We're getting through my depth. Because this is way trickier with relics than it used to be. Like, especially before when I was in that 20 to 30 range with relics. Then I knew on the back wall we'd very quickly transition into like gear 12 and below characters and it would be easy. But we're at a point now where there's probably going to be all relics on the back wall. We do have Vader. We've got Jango. There's really, I don't want to use much. That's why I risk Nest. We've got Shaak Ti. Shaak Ti would win. Kylo's gonna get stunned. Let's just do Shaak Ti. We need to move on to that back wall. But this is way more than we need. So, very happy with the Kenobi requirements. I thought they were going to be a little tougher with the Jedi that were required. Jango was a little bit of a surprise, but if you watch that talk video where I was breaking down what I thought would be the requirements for Kenobi, even though I didn't say Jango, I did break down the battles that I thought would occur part of the event, because that's how they would structure the event and what kind of potential characters. I just didn't think they would go with opposite alignment characters and have so many dark side characters with Kenobi, because that's breaks the pattern that they had played with all the other galactic legends, because all the other galactic legends were like light side with light side, dark side with dark side, except for the single exception of Vet Han with Kylo. So, but what they have done with all those galactic legends was focus on key story points, and particularly battles that were significant. So thinking through what those Kenobi ones were going to be, it was going to be Grievous, which is why I thought Grievous was going to be a requirement. I didn't think they'd have so many separatists. But then I thought Jango was a possibility, and the high ground battle with Anakin as the possibility. So I did think that Jango encounter was possible. I just didn't think they were going to require Jango as a part of that encounter. But getting Jango to relics, that's great. Okay, so we have a few Gear 12 characters, but still a solid amount of relics. And it's the Gear 12 characters with a bunch of abilities and Zetas. And some of this stuff's not scary. Like this Telzine team's not scary. This Geo team is more annoying than it is anything else. We don't need the gas, so we're going to clear that front team with gas. And then we'll clear the rest of this up. Yeah, I just must have been talking that whole nest battle. And making like a turn every like 5 seconds. Yeah, there's no point. We're out of 501st. Boom. Now, even though I knew there wasn't going to be anything stronger than that on the back wall, just if the right synergy happened is the only thing I was a little concerned about. Okay. The Thrawn team might be the toughest one. So this is the toughest. Alright, we got Jango, we got... Could Jango solo this? Let's have some fun. I got to work on the talk video for the Kenobi kit reveal. Second here. Looks very interesting so far. The only thing I was hoping for was going to be... Don't die on me. Alright. Let's do that. No, stay fine. Yeah. Okay. So I meant to increase the relics on my Jango, because this is always risky. Like, I know I do this, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I love Jango solos. So what I was hoping for in the Kenobi kit was something that was going to make the characters that were required to get him more useful. So specifically, like, something for the Jedi Council. And considering that Shaak Ti and Yoda are requirements now, it's something where I wonder if Kenobi just cannibalizes the other Galactic Republic Jedi that are already good. So Yoda and like Yoda or Anakin or the other Kenobi, if those characters are just sucked into Kenobi's and Jedi Master Kenobi's orbit, instead of taking those other ones and making them good. I mean, I'm sure he'll make them good enough, and Cam seems to be obvious that he's going to be part of that team. But I was hoping that like Ayla or Mace or Qui-Gon would be obvious participants within there. I mean, maybe with some of those assists and stuff, it'll be happening. I gotta think about the kit more and study it a little bit further, but that was the initial thought that I had. That's what I was specifically looking for when I was reading through it. We got Vader. We got Kylo. Wait a second here. Is there something dumb we can do with Kylo? And it feels like yes. This feels like a place. Let's just do it. Let's just get some solos. Leave me alone, guys. Alright, that's probably enough goofing off. I need to wrap this up. Feeling that energy, I thought that nap energy would keep me going longer, and it's not. Still some tempting dumb stuff to do though. I feel like we can do this here. Let's get rid of HK while we can. And then we'll take out 5s. Okay. I think this is where we do Vader. I don't need you. We can just throw it. I'm just throwing somebody in for the turn meter. Let's throw in probe droid. We never use probe droid. I finally got probe droid. I think I said this in a video last week, but I finally got him to 7 stars. I think it was my turn, bro. No, it's so tempting. Don't lose the banner. Okay. Yeah, this was definitely more fun than had my opponent set a defense. Beskar? I mean, we did a couple dumb things and goofed around for a bit, but which would account for some of the use of relics. But you can see we really only have the bad relics left. Yeah, we only have the bad relics left. Do I have Hux, or did I set Hux on defense? Let's do this. Yeah, I'm getting tired. You survived that? Alright. We got no other feats to go for. What do we have? Can we do Yoda? It's a Gear 12 Yoda, though. Han, I have no idea about. Can we just, like, goof around with Mandalorians? Or with Bad Batch. Let's just do the Bad Batch. Because I put them on defense all week last week. And I know they don't make sense in this particular matchup, but I just want to use them. Alright, so this is the stun thing, right? Or stuns droids thing. Or separatists, actually. Let's do this. I know that's not who we should swap it to, but I want to get rid of all the foresight. I wonder if Echo is the one that we want for 3v3. I always thought it would be these guys, but I kind of need a dispel. Let's focus on Jin. Let's go here. Sure. Alright, so we got him stunned. Let's expose. No exposes. Let's do the AoE. I feel like I'm just clicking on things and not really doing anything. Let's get that heal back. Some protection. Okay, whatever. I don't feel like we learned a single thing there. Alright, let's just burn through these ships. It's gonna be a mess. Yeah, that's a mess. Alright, these are gonna be the stronger ones, so we use Akbar here. God, it is time to add squads for ships. Give me some presets. Oh yeah, I'm getting tired. We still got the new account to do. We've got a truck backing up if the mic is picking that up. Let's go for unmasked. Let's at least get the taunt up. And I can get any assists, so I'm gonna just skip the AoE. Perfect. Let's do it. Let's take out the Falcon. This is the only time I do the AoE, when there's just so little health left. Okay. Maybe we do the Razor Crest. We're dealing with a mess of a team anyway. Let's have a little... We can have a little fun with fleets. Wait. Think. Don't make mistakes. I need to sneeze. Excuse me. You know what? I feel like the scimitar is what I should have used as my third. Because I like throwing the counter up on the Houndstooth. Yeah. Hit the breached enemy. I think we gotta hit a breached enemy like 1 or 2 more times. Basic on the breached enemies. Okay, that should be it. Alright, now we're going to switch to the new account. Alright, my opponent in the new account, we got less 777. I looked at him earlier. We got, was that Coptic or Cyrillic? I can never tell. Russian or a Greek person? Probably a Russian. He's gone. We may have stopped him. And this is important, because we're not full clearing this guy. So I got through the Geos. Got through my Night Sisters, probably no problem. 5 attempts? Ooh. That's why we threw all that gear at that zombie. Now, let's take a look down here at Padme. 7. He's done. Okay. And then here's my Akbar. Probably only had... Okay, had 2 attempts. Couldn't handle it. Alright, this is why we're not full clearing this guy. Let me show you... I mean, you already saw that he has what he had on his arena team. Or this Vader right here, we're not clearing it. It's relic. We don't have a solution for relics. And with how we've been distributing all of our gear and resources, and really the biggest problem that we're having is I've thrown so many mods on characters, I've increased the GP to the point where we're getting some tough matches sometimes. But we went undefeated last season in Grand Arena. The first season we did in Grand Arena, we only dropped one battle. We dropped one battle this season so far, the second match. So I think we're going to win this because we're going to clear these. If we clear these front two territories, we should win. That's my expectation. Now I'm wondering if I use Ewoks here actually, because this is just Phoenix. They got some countering. They're only 5 stars. Let me check if they have mods. Because my Ewoks are decent now. And there's no mods. We're doing Ewoks. Because then that saves all of our good teams for the back wall just in case. And we might even attempt the Vader battle. If we're able to clear this stuff and still have my Vader. No, let's not do anything dumb. Let's get rid of Chopper first. Like, I'm still working on trying to beat the tier 5 C-3PO with these Ewoks. It's been slow progress just because the limited resources that we have. Like, we make some incremental progress and then we have to wait until we get more resources. So I've got good mods on these guys. Like, I have very few characters outside the arena team that have level 15 mods. And these Ewoks are them. Alright, let's see if there's any surprises. Yeah, we got ourselves a win. I feel like my CLS team is worse than my Jango team. I'm thinking about having 2 teams saved for Vader, is what I'm thinking. Which means we'll use troopers to clear somebody. Except my troopers aren't that great. Do these guys all have no mods? Level 5 abilities. These are all 5-star characters. Yeah, this guy's been very careful with resources. I think I want an attacker. Except he's no good. Let's just do this. I'm trying to save as many teams as possible for that Vader. I just want to get rid of Leia before she goes, so there was no stealth situation. Okay. What else do I have that's any? I guess I have my own Phoenix. I guess it's probably my next best option. Yeah, that's probably the next best option. We have my Thrawn. My Thrawn is awful, but if he can survive long enough... we might be able to fracture Vader. If we can fracture Vader... I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen. My Thrawn's not fast enough. That Vader's gonna go. And the AoE alone is gonna take him out. That's not gonna work. And really, even if best case scenario, we take out two... I guess that's not the best. Second best scenario is we take out two of the characters. I don't think anyone is going to do enough damage to Vader to take him out. Yeah, depth wins. Mods win. Alright, let's check the banner count, because this is probably where it's going to stop. Yeah, we got ourselves a win. Oh, here's the Hail Mary. And there's DACA, so even by some miracle... we take him out, DACA could bring him back. But really, there's no scenario where we're taking out Vader and DACA isn't already dead. We can't take him out. We don't have enough damage. So it's either I chuck it here, we're going to do the basic because I really don't believe there's any way that's going to do anything. I'm going to hit DACA here. Oh! I was really hoping Palpatine was going to go and that I could stun him. Alright, let's get another ability block. Oh no! Ability block. AoE. The dots from his lead killed me. That was my only shot. Like, this is too weak. And we don't have the Zeta for Han yet, so he's not doing enough damage. I can't even strip turn meter with the special. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Yeah. Can we stun though? Can I stun? God, yeah, I could win this if I had the Zeta. Can I act? Oh my god. Okay. I can't believe they beat it. I was thinking about not even trying. I think if I would have chucked that saber, I may have been able to take him out too. I don't even know why I'm carrying these characters aren't leveled up. Alright, let's wrap it up. That went well. Alright. Thank you for watching. I have a video on Jedi Master Kenobi's kit and final character announcements to work on, so I'll do that in the morning, but that video will be coming out sometime after this video. We'll see which order I post these videos, but thank you for watching. Both matches went very well. Now I'm gonna get some sleep. Be safe out there, everyone. Be excellent to each other. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.